The Dallas-Fort Worth community always says yes to supporting elementary students, and now that yes can win you a brand new 2022 truck. DFW Yes provides school supplies to more than 78,000 students across Texas. Give your yes today by purchasing raffle tickets in our Drive Away for Education truck raffle sponsored by Thomas J. Henry. The grand prize winner will choose from a new Ram, Chevrolet, GMC, Ford, or Nissan truck. Plus, you could win a shopping spree or gas card. Purchase your raffle ticket today at dfwyes.org.
All right, Pickle. Oh, boy, it's March 21st. Do you know it's a Tuesday?
Oh.
You know what that means?
Math Tuesday.
Math Tuesday.
Math Tuesday.
It's Math Tuesday. Here on Texas Football Today.
The best day.
I love the idea that someone's like, I just love Texas high school football. There's a whole show about it. That's great. I'll tune in. And
we're breaking down mind-altering TV shows and then exploding houses.
It's just a lot. Anyway, let's talk about the passing game. So we in the past we've kind of gone through, and I know you guys did a scoring breakdown on Math Tuesday last year.
We did
last week.
Last year, yeah.
That's
fair.
But I do think it's very clear that, and even when you take a look at like the recruiting rankings, that Texas has become a passing state.
Yes.
That's not to say that every team does it, because there's 1,500 Texas high school football teams, and there's wacky offenses all over the place, not to mention teams that run the slot T or just go with the old school I formation or just like to keep the ball on the ground. That's not to say that it is universal, but you would be kidding yourself if you didn't think that Texas high school football in the state of Texas is fundamentally a passing state. And as a result, you have just crazy numbers from quarterbacks coming out in the past couple of years. So, for example, Pickle, there have been, let's see if I can do some real quick math. So we're about to go through the list of the top 20 top returning passers in Texas high school football in 2020, coming back.
Who will
in
be coming back? Yeah.
Right? There are 30. So I'll just spoil the graphic here. The top returning passers are Armando Luan from Sunray, who threw for 44.76 last year. He is the 30th player to throw for that many or more yards in a season. Only 2 of them, of those 30, came before the year 2000.
Wow.
28 times in the last 22 seasons, you have had somebody throw for as many or more yards than Armando Luan throw this year. And in the umpteen years before that, you had 2.
Yeah, there are certain stats we throw out that are willing to be debated, but this one speaks for
Patrick
itself.
Hutka from Rogers in 1997 threw for 1 more yard than Armando Luan. And the other one is Keelan Luker at Stephenville, who for a long time was the state's leading all-time single-season passing leader before he got beat by Chase Watson in South Carroll. All that is to say, we throw the ball around here in Texas. And what I also think is great, and what makes Texas high school football so fun, is I think because you're not able to go out and recruit a quarterback, you're not able to go get a quarterback on the transfer portal, sometimes, and honestly, in many times, for many programs, your best option at quarterback is not a senior. Your best option at quarterback is a junior or sophomore, maybe even a freshman. And you've got to throw them out there. And as a result, you always have what I think is great about high school football that I think is certainly unlike college football nowadays, is you have these guys that become stars as underclassmen that then you get to watch in the next year.
Yes.
And that's what we're going to look at over the next couple of weeks. We're going to start with the passers. We're going to start with the top returning passers in Texas high school football for the 2023 season. These are guys who are all returning. So, yes, for example, if you're interested, by the way, Armando Luan was the state's leading passer in 2022, but the second one was Blake Flowers at Seminole, but Blake Flowers was a senior.
Graduated.
He's graduated. So
Well, will
take
be
a look
soon.
at the top two. Two guys that are returning threw for more than 4,000 yards. Armando Luan from Sunray, who did that as a sophomore. And then J.J. Acosta
Who
from
rules.
Taft. He does, in fact, rule. That is not up for debate. J.J. Acosta rules. He threw for 42.69 there with Taft. Next on that list, and this kind of surprised me a little bit, DJ Bailey, the quarterback from DeSoto. Threw for more than 3,800 yards. He's the third leading passer in the state of Texas. Now, part of that certainly helps is they played 16 games.
Correct, and they won.
Taft and Sunray
Like,
didn't.
They just kept winning.
But I don't know. I look at DeSoto, and I always thought that DeSoto, yes, DJ Bailey, very important. I'm not
Is
here to say that.
exceptional.
But I looked at DeSoto, and I was like, this is a balanced offense. They run the ball, they throw the ball, they do a little bit of everything.
I think more in their later playoff games, they threw a lot more than they ran. Like, I think that number, I would be interested to see what that number looked like after the area round compared to the last 4 games of the season.
Hudson Hutchison out in Wolford Friendship is next there, fourth. And rounding out the top 5 with 35.75 is another guy who played in the state championship game, Jackson Bays at Bernie. Trevor Ham from Melissa, Jaden Pelucio from Corpus Christi Flower Bluff. The guy who we're going to talk with his coach coming up here in a moment checks in at 8. Brennan Meyer from Frisco Wakeland threw for 34.92, and he did that only in 12 games. I mean, that's something that to keep in mind is that a lot of these guys did not play 16 games. Chase Johnson from Dangerfield, woefully underrated. Speaking of woefully underrated, rounding out the top 10, Antonio Meza from San Antonio Warren. You're also, I think what's interesting about this, if you take a look up and down, let me see if I can. Are there only 2 6A guys? Davila from Midland Legacy,
DeSoto.
and then DJ Bailey from DeSoto. I think those might be the only 2 6A guys. I think that kind of speaks to the fact that you got to use what you got at the small school level, right? That at Collinsville,
Midland Legacy.
at Collinsville, Logan Jenkins is not a senior. He's coming back after what was an outstanding season there as a junior for Collinsville. But he was also just like, you got to go out there, even if you're an underclassman. Gavin Padron there at Big Spring as well. Kyler Finney, Dawson Jaco at Bushland, who I've gone on and on about. Cash McCollum, another guy who won a state championship. He's coming back. Another guy who won a state championship, Sawyer Anderson at Parish Episcopal, is going to be back after throwing for more than 3,000 yards. Fort Worth Christian had an outstanding year thanks to Hogan Nelson. He's going to be back as well. You're going to be stunned, but Canadian's probably going to have a decent quarterback. Cameron
When
Cavalier's
have they
back.
ever? Name once.
Cameron Cavalier is going to be back after throwing for more than 3,000 yards. Marcus Davila, we mentioned him, Midland Legacy. And then Deuce Adams, whose coach we talked to yesterday, is the 20th returning passer in Texas high school football for the 2023 season. So that's it. I believe that is every quarterback who threw for 3,000 or more yards last year that is coming back this year.
It is crazy that the top 20 was all above 3,000. Like that was so close to like being the mark of being in the top 20 is kind of cool. Just 7 yards.
It's a nice round number, nice clean number. But yeah, that and by the way, I'll just throw this out there. So, and I'm certainly not making any sort of declarations here, but the career passing yards mark is 14,408. Okay. 14,408. Now, it would take some doing for Armando Luan to do that. But he has 2 more years.
Wow.
He's got 2 more years. And if he were to just repeat what he's done the last year 2 more times, he would be the 3rd all-time passer in Texas high school football history. Behind Hunter Lyle and Travis Quintanilla. He would be 3rd. So, that's something I will have my eye on for the next couple of years after what was a breakout sophomore season. But in any case, there you have it. The top returning passers in Texas high school football coming back for the 2023 season. Next week on Math Tuesday, we'll take a look at the guys they threw to.
Nice.
Top returning receivers. And that is Math Tuesday.
Math Tuesday.
Thanks so much for watching that video. If you would like more and to be notified when they come out, go ahead and click that subscribe button right down there. You can also watch Texas Football Today every day live at noon on TexasFootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, and right here on YouTube. For more of the best coverage of Texas football in the Lone Star State, go to TexasFootball.com/subscribe.